Waverly Hanson. I'm coming to you tonight from beautiful Castle Rock, Colorado, just south of Denver. And I'm here to talk to you about how to save my marriage without talking about it. This is part one. How do you react when you're upset about your life or your marriage? The majority of couples and individuals that I talk to say things like, I really want my marriage to work, or say, I want help for my marriage, or I want to improve my marriage. The title of this article seems to be a common one among most guys. Most guys will say, how can I save my marriage? How can I fix my marriage without talking about it? Because a lot of guys don't really enjoy talking a lot or think that it really works very well. So this one is for you. I think you will especially enjoy it. I like to share several ideas that really work. There's very little talking involved. Most of it is all action. And action usually does work even better than any talking. The reason I asked how you react when you're upset about your life or your marriage is to help you begin to focus on the things that you can do without discussion. By far, the majority of you and of myself are living our life on automatic pilot. Unless we're making a deliberate attempt not to, we just naturally do things automatically without even noticing. So your first assignment is to notice your own behaviors and your thoughts. Take either notes or just take note of it and remember, mentally or in writing, how you're currently behaving in various situations with your spouse. So the thing that seems a little paradoxical about this is that it really helps to avoid being critical or judgmental of yourself or of your mate. Because if you want to act more kindly or more graciously toward your spouse or toward yourself, just noticing and being aware of what you have been doing actually can change it. If you are putting yourself down, judging yourself for it, that actually reinforces the bad behavior, which seems kind of paradoxical, but it's been proven that it works. Number two, you might have the false belief that circumstances are what are causing you to feel upset or frustrated. But as you look at it more, you can see that it is not just the circumstances, but the fact that you're already in an upset place. I want to give you a classic example that we've all experienced. Let's say you're driving in heavy traffic and you're really quite at peace, you're quite relaxed, and someone just chooses to cut right in front of you. But you're feeling so stress-free and so at peace that you barely notice. It was no big deal. You let them cut in front of you. Don't act upset. Don't feel upset. You barely notice it. But another day that you are not in a very good place at all, your reaction will be much stronger and much more negative. And we can all recite things that have happened in those cases. You and I seem to automatically assume that the circumstances are to blame for our upsets, rather than accept that we already were primed to react negatively. Your upsets might just be a grumble, or maybe you're one of these people that has explosions regularly. With the couples I work with in person, I often talk to them about those explosions. Some people just have little ones, seem kind of minor. Other people have what I call volcanic explosions, where they start yelling, swearing, just really being pretty acting out pretty bad. When you've had a bad day at work or a frustrating day at home with your kids, if you're a stay-at-home parent, unfortunately, it's really easy. It's a lot easier to be short with your spouse as if it's their fault that you feel upset. Much of the time it has nothing to do with them, but we act like it does. The wonderful news is as you grow in your own awareness of how you're living, how you're acting without judgment of others, of yourself, your situations, these upsets will begin to have less effect over you, less power over you. And with practice, you actually can get very good at being free of these strong upsets, these strong reactions. You'll find it easier to let them go. You'll find it easier to just accept them as no big deal. That might sound impossible to you right now, but it really is true. So my question of how you act when you're upset is still on the table. If you throw objects or you swear or you yell and you blame other people for your bad moods, that is something that you're going to want to change. It just doesn't work very well. I am going to repeat a few ideas that I recorded earlier, because sometimes we don't hear things the first time. Sometimes it helps to write out your problems quickly on just a scrap of paper, crumple it up, put it in the wastebasket. Sometimes it helps to imagine as you're taking a shower or a bath that your problems are just swirling down the drain. Some people like to think of a favorite memory. They just bring that memory back and makes them feel good. Some people like to turn up their favorite music and just lift their mood or their spirit. Now there's some scientific studies that show that fake it till you make it is actually true. So when you start to smile, even though you're not feeling wonderful, you just put on that smile anyway and decide, I'm going to pretend for the next 5 minutes that everything is fine. You will find yourself actually feeling much better. And when you do goof, that you very quickly and sincerely say, I am so sorry. Often you can turn things around by admitting that very quickly. Those are my thoughts to share with you tonight. I hope you'll find them helpful. I'm really looking forward to talking with you again. So watch out for my emails and my videos that will be coming to you to help make your marriage work better for you. Thanks for listening. Waverly Hanson signing off.